y'all doing? You can't expect life to change if you're not willing to change. You can't expect things to be different if you don't make anything different. You can't expect improvement to happen overnight if you're not willing to make the tough sacrifices and do the hard choices you have to do. A lot of times in life, we might be in the same predicament we were 10 years later, 20 years later, whatever. Years later has passed and it's the same thing. Maybe it's because you're doing the same thing. Maybe you have the same mindset. You're hanging around the same people. You're eating the same foods. You're choosing the same habits that you had 10 years ago. So why would you expect things to be different if you're not different? You know, like, it's so easy to just wrap this idea in our head that maybe I don't deserve these things because they're not here. You do deserve these things. What you want is what you deserve. But you gotta tell yourself that. You gotta tell yourself that you believe that by the choices you make to get those choices you want, to get those fruits of your labor. You're actually gonna have the labor. You actually gotta work hard. You actually gotta do the hard sacrifices. Like the gym. Gym is not easy. Be consistent and going to the gym for 5 days, that takes discipline. That takes self-discipline, and that's something very rare, and that's something I'm working on myself, and that's something I want. Life can feel pointless if you make it seem like it is. Despite what you're going through in life, despite what's in front of you, it's all about your mindset that matters. You can be going through the most horrific thing. If you still keep your head up and be optimistic, things will look differently. It will feel different. I've met people that feel like the world is ending because they failed a damn class. Everything's different. Everybody takes things differently, but don't seem like just because something's happened to you, that's just what it is and it's not working for you. Because life happens for you and not to you. There's a difference. Like, you might want abs, but you're not willing to go to the gym. You want to be an entrepreneur, have your own business, and create your own source of income, but it's too much work to start the business. You want the end result, you want the destination, but you're not willing to put up with the journey. You're playing with yourself. You're making yourself miserable. You know, your intuition, your subconscious is telling you, hey, this is how we feel about said person, or this is how we feel about a situation. We should do this or we should not do this. But yet you allow your ego to take control. Most of the time, if we're pondering on something or we think something is good for us and we feel it in our heart, it might be right. That gut feeling that you have is not logical, because nothing in nature is logical. So we shouldn't expect the ways of life to be gone through logically. It could be gone through strategically, but even that's a little rocky because life is unexpected. Life is not calculated like that. Nothing in nature is perfectly calculated. Like, if you want change, you have to be that change within yourself. You want to start a big business, you want to start doing things, okay, practice each day, because practice makes progress. If you want to start dancing professionally, practice an hour a day each week. In the first month, the first year might not even feel like you're doing anything, but if you log and take note, little by little, you'll see your progress and see how far you've gone. You see how much you improved. Nothing good in life comes easily. God is showing you multiple ways and multiple examples on how life should be or what there needs to be fixed. A lot of times I remember I used to think, oh, that couldn't be me, until it was me. God showed me, like, you're not the exception. You ain't that special when it comes to it. Because those same people that were in that predicament probably thought the same way I did. Like, oh, could it be me? It could be you. It could be you. So don't judge another person on what they got going on, because everybody different at the end of the day. Everybody different. Everybody always thinks they know what they're going to do with whenever they're in that situation, until they're in that situation. Oh, if it was me, I would have done X, Y, and Z until they are in that predicament. They stuck. They don't know what to do. Okay. It's always like that. It's always like that. Whenever you hear something or you see it with your own eyes, God is showing you something. God, the universe, shows you examples every single day. It's just in a matter of, are you willing to take those examples? Are you willing to take those hints? Are you willing to take those synchronicities and implement them in your life to do better? Because they're there, whether you believe it or not. They're there. They really are. You have a friend that's going through probably one of the worst time of their life. What makes you think you're not going to go through it? Or what makes you think you can never be part of that? Or you can never go through that? What makes you think that? You never know. People think, oh, I could never be homeless. 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. You're one paycheck away from just being homeless. And that's the harsh reality a lot of Americans got to deal with. So don't ever think, oh, it couldn't be me. It really could. And the more and more you say that, the more God is going to show you, oh, word, it's going to be you. You want that change. You want your future to be good. You want financial stability. You want financial freedom. You want friends, partners, people in your life that actually care and love you. You want your life to feel lighter, but yet you don't want to do the work to get it. So you don't want it for real. You don't want it for real. You don't. If you're not willing to do the hard work to obtain it, you don't want it. You just want to daydream of having it. Your fantasy life can be a reality if you're willing to do the work to go towards it. A tiny percent of people are willing to do that work, are willing to do the hard work, are willing to lose people. That's the thing. Each season in life, you lose and gain people if you peep. The moment fall comes around, you lose people. Summer comes around, you might gain people, you might lose people. Just pay attention. Each season, count how many people are in your life. Just try it. Just try it. Because I realized that like a few days ago. I was like, wait a minute. I stopped talking to that person literally the beginning of fall. I'm like, wait. Because we're nature. We're part of nature if you like it or not. Like, that's just how it is. We're still mammals at the end of the day. Like, we're still part of nature. So we move when Mother Nature wants to move. We're changing seasons. The seasons when you're within your life are changing as well. That's why I believe the new year is in spring. You spring up when it's the beginning of spring. How you're supposed to have a clean slate in the middle of winter. You're supposed to start things new in the middle of a season. How, Sway?
How, Sway? Take a few.
That don't make no sense. Does not make any sense. But hey. So if you want to make that change, man, you gotta ask yourself if you're willing to go through it. And if you're honest, and if the answer is no, be honest with yourself and say you don't want it. You don't want to build that business. You don't want to start YouTube. You don't want to become a content creator. You don't want to start swimming. You don't want to become an athlete. You don't want to be a singer. You don't want to be whatever. Because you're not willing to do the hard work. Unfortunately, you're not a Nepo baby. You can't just walk into this and get all the glitter and sunshine. No, you got to do the hard work just like everybody else that isn't a Nepo baby. That's just how it is. Like, we got to start being honest and like being okay with how things are. Take emotion out of this. Take emotion out of this. Like, kick it to the side, because emotion could really make you blind. That's why they say love is blind and all that BS. Like, it's the truth. It's the truth. Yeah, your sister, your friend, your cousin, yeah, they're a shitty person. That's just it. that person you love a lot and you care for, they might not be a good person. That's just how it is. Take emotion out of this. Take emotion out the equation. Be honest. Because the first step into moving on is acceptance. But you're not willing to accept the reality. You're not willing to make that change. And you're happy and you're content in the state that you are in. If you don't like how your life is looking, but you don't want to make any change, I guess you're okay with how life is looking then, because you don't want to do anything to change it. You rather just sit and complain and hope for things to change overnight. No. God is literally showing you, like, you gotta make that change. Those thoughts, those daydreaming, you daydreaming of things to be different, it's not there as a coincidence. It's not there for fun. No. It's just higher self telling you, like, this is what you can get. This is your reality that you can achieve if you're willing to make those hard choices and sacrifices. But you just want to fart around and not do it. You're robbing yourself. You're robbing yourself from nirvana because you don't want to do the hard work that comes with it. Every time I make these videos, I talk to myself too. Like, I'm human as well. So the next time you see yourself complaining and sobbing over how your life is, you gotta look in the mirror and be like, you are stopping yourself. If you realize nothing is changing, it's because of you. You're not willing to make the hard work. You're not willing to do the hard sacrifices. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. So if you're sitting here and you're like, well, the reason I can't go back to school is because of you. If you wanted to go back to school, you go to school. If you wanted to go to the gym, you could go to the gym. If you wanted to start that YouTube channel, you could start that YouTube channel. If you wanted to become an actor, a singer, an athlete, a comedian, whatever, you can do it. But you're stopping yourself. There's nothing stopping you but you. I'm not talking about like specific situations where not like the thing is not your problem. Like you're not stopping yourself. I'm not talking about those situations. I'm talking about regular situations where you just keep on fantasizing you starting, but you still haven't because you're so scared of what other people might say, or if you fail, I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard. Try hard enough. Try very hard. Be a try hard when it comes to your art, when it comes to your work, when it comes to your effort, because it took time, dedication, blood, sweat, and tears into putting that work, and you're not gonna be a try hard to promote it and tell it people. Be for real. Be so for real right now. If you want better, you do better. If you want change, be the change. Things are not just gonna come overnight like that. So start today. What are you waiting for? Literally, what are you waiting for? Nobody's gonna save you but you. I hope you know that. Nobody's gonna come and save you but you. That's just the way it is. And the whole conversation about religion, that's a whole different conversation. But nobody's gonna come and save you but you. Whether you like it or not. You are your only savior. And I'm not trying to bash nobody that's Christian and believes in that. That's cool. To each their own. But over here, at least I can say for myself, nobody is my savior but myself. If I want to come and make a change, I'll make that change. Through the grace of God. At least I know that God is not my savior. I am my savior. God has given me strength, resilience, passion, confidence, so I can save myself. God did not implement that in me just for me to sit around and wait for things to get better. No. God has put that in me so I can make that change, so I can do better, so I can get up and actually do something about it instead of sitting down and sulking. God did not raise me to be weak. Get up. How did this video turn into some motivational video, bro? Like, just do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. For real. But anywho, I don't want to make this video too long. Stay beautiful, stay woke, stay peaceful, and stay resilient, reflection. Thanks for having time with Tati. I'm out.